been a bit of time, Charlie. I just wondered what your reflections are on what transpired and ultimately doing your part, but not quite being able to take it to this final weekend. I'm sure there must be a mix of emotions. That there must be some sense of pride that you've taken it as far as you have, considering the position you were when you came in. But obviously, nobody wants to get relegated.
No, I don't think there's any mixed emotions. I think, but the most emotion is disappointment in terms of where we've ended up. You know, we were the longest 7 team in League One, and unfortunately to lose that status is a huge disappointment. We come in to do the job in terms of trying to keep the team up in the club. We've improved the team in terms of from where it was to where we're finishing. But again, you know, there's moments in the season and since we've been in that we feel that we'll look back on with huge disappointments. But again, you know, ultimately your decisions are made with what your performances are, and we've not been good enough this season, and we'll reflect again once the game's out the weekend out the way, and we'll look to try and build a squad that's capable of getting back into League One next season.
Is it as simple as you can sometimes look at one game or one moment in a game and think, if that had been different, if we'd done something different? Are there lots of what ifs, or do you have to draw a line under it and say?
No, I think what we'll do is we'll digest it in the next week or so. But once we've digested it, you know, it's gone. There's nothing we can do. It's done now. We can't let it linger. I won't allow it to linger on Saturday, because we have to be true to the league. We have to be true to ourselves. We have to be true to the supporters that, you know, we're still fighting this. You know, we ain't coming here on the last day of the season for a jolly up. We're here to win the match. We'll look to do that, and you'll see that with the team that I pick. I want to win the game and give the supporters a bit of feel-good factor in terms of going into next season, and we'll look to rebuild in the summer. The business has started already. We're looking to get players tied up for next season, and you know, we're excited for what the future is.
Just on the actual last remaining game itself, I think these conversations happen with managers an awful lot, where we say, you know, we're going to pick a team and we're going to be true to the league. And in this particular example, Burton's league status kind of rides on what's going on, and Cheltenham's situation rides on what's going on. I suppose there's no option, is there, but for you to put out the strongest team you can and try and win the game for your fans?
Exactly that, and it's our last home game. And it's been a disappointing season for everybody connected with the football club. Everything that's happened inside the football club, but also off it. So we have to try and, you know, we have to go there and we want to win the game. It's 3 points at stake for us, and it means we finish the season well. 3 wins out of 4 if we can beat Burton on Saturday, and you know, we'll rebuild. We'll look forward to it. We'll say thank you to the loan lads that have been here and given us everything in the 6 months that we've been here, and ultimately, you know, things will change during the summer for players, and then we'll look to bring new fresh players in for next season.
How much can you take the end to one season into another? If you finish on that run that you've just mentioned, can you go into the summer and then into a new season saying we've done X, Y, and Z right, and we need to build on that?
No. We will just, you know, once the season's done, we'll cut that, and it's a fresh season, ready to attack it. Again, new players will be in the building. The culture will be different. The mentality of the players will be different. And we won't allow a hangover of this season. There's no way about that. You know, we'll respect League Two. We'll go there. We have an idea of what we're looking to bring in the building. We have an idea of what we want to achieve next year, and that's what we'll do. You know, once the game is out the way Saturday, the lads will be in Monday. We'll have a meeting with them. We'll speak to them individually in terms of what we've seen through our time here, the season, individual meetings. And you know, they'll have a holiday and ready to come back on 24th of June.
Is your mind made up on players' futures? Are there any in that grey area anymore that are...
No, we know what we want to do. Who will... Obviously, the loans will go back. We'll look at what actually is available, who's out of contract, who's under contract, and that's decisions that we make as a football club. What is best for this football club going forward? And you know, the players will know that and come Monday.
and loan players aside, which you've already explained, would it be fair to say that there will be some players playing for Fleetwood for the last time at the weekend?
Possibly, yeah. I think I look at some of the loans that have come in, and Boston probably sticks to mind in terms of, for next season he will go back to Celtic. He's been an incredible player for the whole season, not just our tenure. I think he's been probably one of the best players, and it's been a privilege to have him. We feel that he'll go back to Celtic a better player than he came, and that's what the loan's all about, is giving the lads a platform to come and play and go back to the parent club, with games under the belt and let's say performing to the best of their capabilities. And he's probably the one that will stand out. Kilkenny's, I think, has done very well as well. Eli Campbell will miss it a weekend with injury, but again has contributed for such a young kid to come into League One men's environment. He's done extremely well, and really proud of what these lads have done in terms of what they've given us since we've come into the building. But unfortunately, we've all fell short in terms of with the relegation. But we'll bounce back, and we'll be ready to go on the 24th of June.
And just as far as contracted players are concerned, whether it's young players or whether it's first team players, how hard are those conversations going to be when you have to sit there with a player in front of you and perhaps say you're going to have to move on, your time is over? Of
course it'll be hard, and that's what you do, but ultimately we have to see what's best for the future of the football club going forward. There'll be players here that will want to leave. There'll be players here that we would be looking to move on, and that's football. I've been in that position as a player, but now as a manager, obviously the conversations are different, and ultimately we'll be looking to get the best squad available for the start of the season, and we look forward to that.
How much have you learned, Charlie, from this last 4 months and counting of being in the top job?
Well, I've lost all my hair since I've come into this top job, so that's something to worry about. But listen, I've learned a lot. There's a lot more to it than I actually thought it would be. But what I will say is I've got great staff around me that I can allow to coach and manage, and I can organise the rest. But again, it's not just about me; it's about the team and what the team's done. The staff that I've had in this 4 or 5 months have been incredible. The club have been brilliant as well in terms of allowing us to bring players in January, and again next season we've started that recruitment process now for new players, and I'm excited what the future holds. But again, you're only as good as your players and what you bring in. But again, I'm supported with great people inside the football club, my own staff, but also from the top.
Yeah, that support, does that extend? You talk about, already looking at players, already looking at the transfer market. Is there going to be an impact budget-wise of dropping division? Has that all been sorted out?
Yeah, I know the budget. I know what we're at, where we're going to be, what we're going. Of course, there's going to be an impact because we are getting relegated from League One to League Two, and the budget is the budget. We will look to try and bring the best players available to us. Us as coaching staff, we want to bring players in that we can still make better. We can improve the team, and yeah, we know my insight in terms of what I am as a person. I don't want to be just coming in and being in there. I want to be competitive, and the players that we're looking at will allow us to do that. And yeah, it's exciting, but we still got a game on Saturday to fulfil, to win, and we'll take that into next pre-season.
And clearly, at the moment, there's kind of two focuses, isn't there? You've got a game that you've got to play, and you've got to go and try and win. But you inevitably have to put those things in place. I wouldn't expect you to be thinking season of consolidation. We'll see how it goes. I imagine you're already thinking about this division in 12 months' time. Yeah,
of course. You look at what it can be, but we just take each moment at a time. The next moment for us will be Burton at home at 12:30. We will look to win the game. The dust will settle on that. We'll have the meetings Monday, and then the focus will be on League Two and how we're going to be competitive, how we're going to put a squad together that's going to be, like I say, represent this town and this club going forward, and that's the exciting part.
And you mentioned being without young Campbell at the weekend. Is there anything else that's definitely going to be?
We've had a bit of an illness. We've had a bit of an illness in the camp for the last week or so. Even before we had the Leyton Orient, we had a couple of lads travelling on the train on the day. We've had a bit of an illness in the camp. Yeah, there's a couple of injuries that we will have to look at. But Eli is one that's obviously gone back to his parent club, and he will be assessed by them, and unfortunately we'll miss the game. But listen, again, for him, he's been brilliant for us. Real professional in terms of he's not been involved the last few weeks in terms of starting, but how he's trained and how he's applied and how he's looked after himself has been incredible, and he's a real credit to Everton Football Club and also to his family, and it's been a joy to have him around the building.